Happy
Happy
anniversary.
anniversary. We're back again to share a little bit more of our story. And the last time we talked, we were in a place where things are going pretty well. We sold the warehouse, and we decided that we were going to move into a rented space. And God showed us that as well. So that was pretty exciting. But we moved into this rented space, and things were going very well. And we chugged along, started to hire employees again, which was, we said we would never do that again because we hated having to let go employees. So we had started to hire employees, and things were rolling along again. And I think we probably had 6 or 7 employees when we had another thing happen to Inspiranza. We had where someone had got onto our website. We're not sure how. We still don't know how that happened, but we were with a different platform at the time. And they put a malicious script on our site, and sales just started to decline. No one could find it. We were, like I said, with a different company. We contacted them, asked if they could help us. Nobody could see anything wrong with our website, although we knew that something was wrong.
And it's too bad because when you work with different platforms, of course, they charge you to be there. And they were saying, we just couldn't find anything. There's really nothing wrong with your platform, but we knew that there was something wrong. So because the IT is primarily Diane's area, she connected us with a company who was able to look at all of our code and look at all our scripts, and they found the malicious script, thank God, and removed it for us. So we had high praise for this brand new company that we had turned to sort of fix whatever the problem was.
Yeah, because it was months, and I had contacted so many different companies, and they would just say, no, I don't see anything, but I still remember it was like 6 a.m. I reached out to this company. He responded back. One of the developers responded back, and he said, I think I can help. Let me get in and look at it and see. And he was able to find it that same day. So we were so excited that we were back on track again. And I had still been doing all the Facebook advertising on my own. And since this company did so well for us, they had said that we also do Facebook advertising. And I thought, well, I'm going to give it a try because they did so good that I would love to have help with this. So we had a young man that was put on our Facebook account. I worked with him for several weeks, and they would create the ads, and then we would approve them, and it wasn't working out. I didn't see that they were doing any better than what I had done. And also it was just so hard because we know our customers, and I know what our customers like and what our customers don't like, and not the kind of spammy ads that most companies want to put together. So I just parted ways with them and said, I'm sorry, but it doesn't look like it's going to work out. Well, the company that we contracted with, and this young gentleman had been on our Facebook page, and I guess he discovered that, oh my gosh, they do so well with their Facebook ads that I can do it too.
Yeah, what he did is he copied some of our pieces, but first he purchased some of our pieces. So he purchased them, and at that time we weren't aware of who's making the purchases. We have people who print the orders and process the orders and ship the orders. So we weren't looking for anything strange. So he purchased some of our pieces. He sent them to China, had them copied and reproduced, and then he created an entire website, and it had our pieces on it, it had our model photos on it, it had our descriptives on it, it even had our customer reviews on it. So he was a pirate. He pirated Inspiranza Designs. He called it a different company name, and talked about how they had created the designs. And suddenly I thought, we had been accused of doing that falsely. But what he was doing was exactly what they had accused us of doing all those many years ago. So we reached out to that company and spoke to the owner and said, this is what's happening. And he couldn't believe it. He didn't believe that that was really happening, but he had all the proof there for it. So he said, he really told us that, you know, this young man has a difficult background, and he sort of wanted us to have grace on him, and we wanted to have grace on him too. So we asked him to send us our pieces and all that he had reproduced, and we would forgive it as long as that was the end. Well, it wasn't the end. He then closed down that company that he had created that copied ours and opened another company and continued to use our things.
And he's still doing it today. So we didn't ever go after him, but the Primitive Shine ring, I'll just say, was with us forever. We've had Primitive Shine with us for so long, and he recreated it and made it in all different colors, and he still sells it. But the thing is all of his designs are created in China, and we know that because when we reached out to him and asked for the information, he provided us with where he was getting the jewelry. So it's not the same quality. It's still out there, so just beware of that.
Pirates.
Yeah, pirates. And that happens a lot in this business. I hear of it happening with other companies as well, where companies will come in and they just spoof the whole website, and then it's really not who you think that you're shopping on. So they're still out there. So just beware of that. If you see pieces that are exactly like ours, it's probably them. So you're not getting the same quality. You are getting a product that comes from China, and I think they even called it gold plated or gold filled, but it was all gold plated. So if they're not honest, they weren't honest with us and stole all of our reviews, then they aren't going to be honest with their customers either. So that was kind of a big deal that happened to us as well. But we had decided that we're just going to keep looking forward. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're not going to look to the left or the right, like the Bible says. We're just going to keep going forward. And so that's what we did. And we decided that we're not going to do anything about that. We're just going to keep on going because we didn't have the energy to fight that and take him to court. So we decided we're just going to keep plugging along.
And then the next thing that happened in regard to China is they have applied for our trademark. Yeah, a company in China, along with about 6 other jewelry companies. So I just tell you that because there's always pirating going on. So if it's not Inspiranza Designs, be really careful who you're purchasing from. You can't just go buy a picture of a piece of jewelry or even what looks like one of our models, because the pirating has really gotten sophisticated. But that just tells us we must be doing something right, that they